Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI, and we are taking a look at certain agenda for the incoming administration, avoiding pitfalls. That is what we are discussing on this particular discussion segment. And I have Honorable Samuel Higato, Honorable Dr. Ame Obumudia Onwago, and of course Barrister Gabriel Higato, and all the way from the US, Ahmed Mamodu via Zoom. I will appreciate all of you for standing by. Now let me come to you, Honorable Ame.
That was not true.
Oh, you're not true? Okay, not worry. I will still come to you. Calm down, Samuel. Calm down. Calm down. I will definitely come back to
Thank you.
Now, let's say there's 5-point agenda that the incoming governor is talking about. Now, of this 5-point agenda, which would you want to be number one? Take it up from there.
Oh, well, all the 5-point agenda, they are important.
Yes.
Very crucial and critical. Education, you cannot wash education away. For me, education is paramount because as a PhD holder and a lecturer, I cannot wash education away. Where our comrade governor left it, the infrastructural development is worse now because having gone through a tour of schools during my one of my research on safety management at school, where you see children drowning and in floods because some schools were flooded. So education, infrastructure development is crucial. And also the teachers is also very, because we're talking about teachers are the most important persons, which are the key. And no nation can rise above the knowledge of their teachers. I'll just quickly bring you back to the Edo Best, which you said they were training teachers. For me, that training of teachers, I don't know what to call it, because it's just like a gathering of people feeding them for the whole month. Because when they come back, I have some of them as my students. When they come back, and I ask, your 1 month training, what is this? Man, sometimes I give them assignments on what they did on that training. Some of them is not able to even say, we don't even know. They told us the tab and this, that. I said, okay, the tab is time frame. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the topic goes, and then the teacher becomes dormant. Now, you are making the tab actually made teachers to become robots, and they become educated idiots that don't even know.
In what ways?
In what way? Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because students, you have number of students in classroom. You have children with difficult learning abilities, not disabilities now, because everybody don't learn the same way. I can say something, you grab it once, I can say it over and over again before another child can understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you have to put all those in consideration while you are preparing your your methodology. But in this case, there is no methodology. You just stand in front of the student and read what the tab is telling you. As soon as the time frame comes, the topic is gone, and then the teacher is like, you have no time to come back and explain. What is the entry behavior of a teacher? You need to refresh the students on the previous topic before you come onto the new topic. But in this, there's nothing like that. And the teachers now become, I don't know, they are no longer interested in reading because they feel that they have the tab and then you don't need to read. But you need to go back to lesson plan. We need to go back to lesson.
But hold on, when you discovered all this, did you forward your message to the governor?
I don't know how to say it. Can I just say this?
Yeah.
In 2016, to be precise, October 16th, I presented my findings to Governor Obaseki in my father's house on what we need to do in education. And he said, oh, that's fine. This is very lovely. When I come in, I will put you on. I never saw his brake light until the day I convocated. And he said, oh, congratulations.
All right. Are you feel that this administration will listen to your points?
I'm sure, yes, because
Okay, fine.
I've worked with Comrade Adams Oshomole as education executive director, and I'm sure Comrade will also know that, yes, my contribution was high.
All right. All right. I will come back to it because some teachers also, they are saying that, yes, it's the right thing that the governor did as against what your opinion is.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the 5-point agenda, she talked about education. What aspect do you want the incoming governor to focus on?
Yeah, infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
When Chumule came into power, we could see a high level of infrastructure. In terms of building, in terms of roads, and all of that. You may agree with me, or you may argue that, yes, I see people arguing on platform that Obasaki built or renovated the secretariat and all of that. And I say, at what we are that impacted the generality of people. Governance is about the people, not says the greater part of the people. Road, you will agree with me, road is an infrastructure that every part of the society will enjoy, whether rich or poor, whether educated or not educated. So I want the incoming government to focus on road infrastructure especially. And that was one thing that Adams Oshomole did and gave a lead way to others. Because when there's road infrastructure, the woman that lives in Ekpoma will be able to come to Benin to say, tomatoes. You know, because why? There's a good road infrastructure. So for me, District Senator Modo Kwebolo should focus on road infrastructure, should focus on education. There are a lot of projects that were also abandoned by Obaseki. Projects that didn't continue from Adams Oshomole. Yeah. And what about governance is that governance is all about continuity. A lot of projects were abandoned. A lot of projects that Oshomole Evu did that were not repairs, just like the Ugbowo Lagos Road, just like the Secular Road, just like the Siloko Road and all of that. These were projects done by Oshomole. And government is all about continuity, but yet these projects are failing, and we have a current government who is doing nothing about it. So we want the incoming government to go back to those infrastructure. We have the Benin City master plan. We have the Benin City water storm project and all of that. I don't know. The other day, the current governor was inaugurating a 30 years plan. 30 years time. By 30 years time, I should be in my 60s.
It should be a continuum.
No.
What you said, the government is continuing.
Yes, we are not talking about. We are not talking about the 5 years plan.
Because that was
2 years plan.
The water storm plan was supposed to be extended to 15
There's
years.
even plan now. You have not talking about the plans that we have now. You have not finished the plan that Adams Oshomole have. Then you are playing your whole 30 years.
But that is how other countries are developing.
But there's a followership system. It must be followed. You do not abandon a plan that you know would benefit people and bring in your own plan. It doesn't work that way. As we are talking now, the ravaging erosion is everywhere. If I was just coming to your studio now, beside your studio here, beside the building there, these ants there, water have taken over. People cars are stuck. You can just go out from studio and speak for yourself. But we have a master plan that was done by the former government. So why did this government need to abandon it and bring in their own 30 years plan? And you also have less than 1 month to leave office or 2 months there, but it is now you are inaugurating a 30 years plan. So it's very clear that this government came on its own personal voyage. It's a government that concentrated on business that had to benefit him. People are talking about that he built the High Court. Do you know how much Edo State government gets as revenue for the Edo State judiciary?
I'll come back to you. I'll come back. Now, let's move straight down to USA. Ahmed is like, standing by. Now, people are complaining about security because of the disbandment of the security network. Now, would you encourage this incoming administration to revamp it or bring it back to the limelight? Can you please unmute your volume? I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Better, loud and clear. Continue.
So, as I was saying, I said security is best tackled from the grassroots, and the grassroots at the local level. If they have community policing, as as is fashioned right now, I wouldn't advise them to disband it. I would advise them to take a holistic look at it, find out what aspects of it need to be tweaked and improved upon, and then go ahead and implement whatever additions they think need to be done to make it work better for the people. Because in the absence of whatever is existing now, the crime is going to come back, and it might take some time to get it back under control. So, like you pointed out, there are some aspects of the Obaseki administration that probably worked for the people. The infrastructure was deficit, finance was deficit, um, public accountability was deficit. But perhaps the structural, the security infrastructure might be something that they will look at and be able to use to the benefit of the people. But for now, I'm going to insist, like I said earlier on, the incoming administration has to, first of all, calm down the political tension in Edo State, because people have a lot of grievances that are held over from the past administration, from the outgoing administration, I should say, because they had a lot of unfulfilled promises, a lot of broken promises, a lot of acrimony, too many quarrels. Everybody was at each other's throats. I mean, the political temperature in Edo State needs to be worked on, and people need to be reassured that their voices count. It's not going to be an elitist government. It's not going to be government telling you what you need instead of listening to the people and interacting with them and providing the services and the structures that they need. The madam gave a very good example of what happened in the education industry. I'm still confused at how you can be talking about using a tablet in Edo State without commensurate internet infrastructure. What is it built on? How is somebody in Akoko Edo going to access that thing? Who is paying for it? There was so much deceit and so many lies and so much. Some of these things are mind-boggling. They were building castles in the sky, a government that was based on elitism, not even listening to what the people were saying. There was no access of feedback. You couldn't communicate. We need to revamp the political atmosphere. We need to reestablish that contract that people believe that they've given government, and then they expect a return on that vote. They need the incoming administration has to work on that.
Thank you, Ahmed. He's talking about a political tension that should be calm by this incoming administration. And of course, like, you want to throw more light on security, because right as it stands, it's like the crime wave is like coming back again because of the absence of these men on the streets. Now, what do you have to say about that for the incoming administration to really look into?
Thank you very much, Wilson. I'm very happy this issue came up because at the moment, or let's say for the past 6 months, I've been working on this security issue apparatus we have in Edo State, because it is a very, very wonderful idea. It is the best thing that has happened to Edo Lights. I won't take it away. The problem we have in that it was not functioning in the way it's supposed to function was because there were so many promises from the outgoing administration to them that were never promise kept. So imagine for people to work for the past 2 years now, and they use their own finance to buy guns. You are not supplying it for them. They use their own money to buy uniforms. And they still go out in the night, in the day, to secure their AOR, their environment. And you keep promising them, they will pay them salary, they will pay them salary, you will pay them salary. Then 3 months to when you are not leaving, you now try to form the kangaroo, pass it to law. Even after being passed into law, they will still not pay salary. So such things was the situation that you can imagine a man, now that they are disbanded, to stay at home. Because when they were in the street, even though they were not getting salary, they were seeing these landlords, they would see these patrons that still help them financially to live on, to keep on. So they were still meeting up one way or the other. But now you told them to stay at home. I'm telling you, this new crime upcoming, some of them are the ones.
Oh, some of them?
Because they have arms. They have arms. If you look at these robberies taking place, pump passions,
So what should be done right now?
Yes.
For the incumbent
What
administration?
I advise the incumbent administration should do, once he gets in there, first and foremost, I don't put water in my mouth to say it, even though that are there, they will hear from me now. I might become their enemy. He should flush out the ugly heads that are there. Bring in intellectuals in security outfit issues. Bring in people with security experience to manage this apparatus. Be ready to sacrifice from the security vote coming into the state every month.
All right.
To make sure these people are well fed.
Okay.
To make sure these people are well insured.
Thank you.
Because when you have insurance, you take risk.
Thank you.
When
Thank
you are
you.
well fed, you feel like walking again.
Thank you so
they
much.
should read a refurbishing of the system and bring it back in a more better
way
and more equipped way.
Thank you.
It will serve to the Edolite interest.
Your security, briefly, because our time is completely up. 30 seconds. Advice to the incumbent administration in terms of education.
Okay, for my own, the way the incoming governor should call shortage of teachers is really something that bring up those who have additional qualifications, B.Ed, who are NC in primary school, bring them up to secondary school and employ only NC. You have a lot of them in primary school that have B.Ed because they are some of them are my students. A lot even have master's degree, but they are still in primary school because of one thing, one protocol or the other.
So it should be upgraded.
Yeah, they should
then
be upgraded.
employ NC for the primary school.
Yes.
All right.
Bring the B.Ed
Thank you.
and that will be.
Thank you. Barrister, 30 seconds. Our time is up.
Yeah, the government should be more focused.
Yeah.
Should have a human face. Should be a listening government.
All right.
And focus on the 5-point agenda. With that, we'll get to a better place.
All right. Thank you so much. Mahmoud, 30 seconds. Your last line. 30 seconds. Conclusion. Incumbent administration.
I congratulate the Edo people for their wise choice, and I urge them that this is now not the time to relent. In fact, this is the time to redouble your efforts. Put the incoming administration under constant notice that you are watching them and you expect them to deliver on all their electoral promises for the betterment of everybody.
Thank you so much, Mahmoud. Well, you've heard them, gentlemen, and of course, madam, thank you so much for coming on today's show. Take it or leave it, our governor has done his bit. He has done his best with his crew. It's now up to the incumbent administration to either improve on it or do more to make Edo citizens happy. Watch the incumbent administration, watch them closely, speak out if you're not satisfied with what they are doing or about to do. Bye for now.